Urgent, the UDEF of the National Police has found a treasure of jewels and precious stones in the office of former Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to a new special and urgent edition of Medidas Cautelares with Miguel Ángel Pérez, because finally the seal on the case file has been lifted and we are getting live access to all the proceedings, to the entire investigation by the National Court Judge José Luis Calama regarding the Plus Ultra case in which former Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero has been named as a suspect. And pay close attention because we have the entry and search report. In Zapatero's office, where UDEF agents have seized a real treasure, a treasure of jewelry, precious stones, watches, bracelets, and necklaces. We have that entry and search report and we're going to share it on screen. You're going to see with your own eyes all these jewels that some specialists are already valuing at more than €1 million. We'll share it on screen as usual, just to be clear. Remember to subscribe to the Medidas Cautelares channel with Miguel Ángel Pérez. Just click boom and hit the bell so every time a video from Medidas Cautelares with Miguel Ángel Pérez comes out, you'll get notified. And we're going to share on screen now this document, this entry and search report from the UDEF, from the National Police. Let me remind you about this operation. I covered it last week. The UDEF went last Tuesday to Zapatero's office, searched the office, and this is what the entry and search report from the UDEF says. The search of Office 2 of the Chief of Staff is carried out. According to what I was told, there is a safe located there that Ms. Gertrudis, who is Zapatero's secretary, reveals is from the home of Mr. José Luis and Ms. Sonsoles Espinosa, who is Zapatero's wife. Inside there are various pieces of jewelry that I will now describe, with Ms. Gertrudis indicating that some of them are part of Ms. Sonsoles' inheritance and others are gifts from trips. First, we are going to quickly list the jewelry and precious stones, but then you will see them with your own eyes because we have the photographs. Silver-colored necklace with 13 blue stones, silver-colored necklace with 5 garnet-colored stones. Silver-colored necklace with 2 green stones, silver-colored bracelet with 2 red stones, silver-colored bracelet with 3 green stones, silver-colored bracelet with 7 blue stones, 2 earrings and a silver-colored ring with green stones, set of silver earrings and rings with blue stones, set of silver earrings and ring with red stones, set of 3 green necklaces, gold and silver cross and 2 gold bracelets, gold-colored watch, chrono brand, inscription from your colleagues, bag with the inscription Presidency of the Government. Inside it contains 3 pairs of gold earrings with white beads, a bracelet with white beads and a green stone, a silver ring with a white bead, a round gold-colored watch, a silver ring with violet stones, a gold omega watch with a pendant, a gold and silver cross, a gold bracelet with a set of white stones, a gold-colored necklace with 3 gold shapes, a gold-colored pin, a gold-colored chain, a silver-colored cord, a white bead, and an oval-shaped gold earring, a necklace with white beads, 2 sets of earrings, gray beads, a necklace with gray beads, a necklace with white beads, and a silver clasp. This is Zapatero's treasure. I mean, we're not talking about a pirate's treasure. Or could we say that it belongs to a 21st century pirate, who is the former Prime Minister, José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, because honestly, we could be listing the loot until tomorrow. Since I don't want to bore you, let's go straight to the photos because they speak for themselves, really. Here you have a first photo. Let's zoom in so you can see it clearly. Take a look, take a look. I mean, it's incredible. This is one of the first jewels, one of the first jewels we found, but they're not the conical ones. Here we also have other earrings here as well. Of different colors. Honestly, I'm not an expert on this stuff and I don't really know which jewel, rubies, sapphires. Honestly, I get lost. But look at everything Zapatero had in that safe, in that office. This looks like, well, I don't know. The jewels of King Louis XIV, of Yes, the Empress. Well, this belonged to the couple, to the marriage of Sonsol Espinosa, and it's just incredible. And of Zapatero. Zapatero? I mean, look at everything they found. Look, it's incredible. More than €1 million, some appraisers who are looking at these images estimate and they believe it could exceed €1 million. Look at this jewel. Let's turn this little necklace or choker around. Honestly, I don't really know much about it, but there it is. Here you also have earrings, gold ones, bracelets, and here, for example, there are watches. Let's turn it around so you can see, look, from different brands, and here there are even more. More items. This is incredible. This is Sanchismo Spain, Zapatero Spain. Here's the treasure the Zapatero Espinosa couple kept in an office. Imagine what they have at home. Their house hasn't even been searched. It hasn't been searched because Judge Calama decided so. Well, Zapatero and Espinosa months later, right? Well, that it was going to be hard to find anything, but look at everything we're talking about. Watches, clothes, ZP's treasure, all of ZP's treasure. Incredible. Well, just so you know, a lot of information is coming out and a lot more is going to come out in the next few days about this Plus Ultra case file, but I would also like to highlight some other information that I've also learned and that I find especially interesting. Apart from these jewels that the UDEF agents seized during the search of Zapatero's office, the truth is that Judge Calama, and I find this very, very interesting, has decided to open two other separate case files in the Plus Ultra case. Because during the investigation, new people have surfaced, as they say in legal jargon. Unrelated to the Plus Ultra corruption scheme, who may have committed other crimes, and since it's not related to the Plus Ultra case where illegal kickbacks are being investigated, right? That Zapatero received in exchange for his influence to secure the bailout, let's say that two separate case files have been opened in addition to this. This is very important because I have a strong hunch, and this is simply intuition, not a report, that one of those two cases could, for example, correspond to the part of the prosecutor's office, that I'm going to briefly remind you about. During the latest reports from the UDEF, which we learned about this weekend regarding the Plus Ultra case, there was mention of some messages exchanged between two people involved in the scheme. Plus Ultra, as the rescue of Plus Ultra is under investigation by Madrid's Investigating Court 15, Esperanza Collasos. And both, a lawyer and a Venezuelan businessman, said something along the lines of the chief prosecutor in that court being a friend. The chief prosecutor is a friend. Who was the prosecutor on the case? Maria Luisa Job. Who was the chief prosecutor of Madrid? Pilar Rodriguez. Pilar Rodriguez is known as the cyanide prosecutor, who was charged for the tip-off for unlawful disclosure of confidential information in the case of the then Attorney General Álvaro García Ortiz. And in that message, it said the chief prosecutor is a friend. They tried to sabotage the Plus Ultra bailout investigation through the prosecutor's office. We'll see if one of those two separate proceedings that Judge Calama has opened apart from Plus Ultra could be related precisely to that influence peddling scheme within the prosecutor's office. This, I want to emphasize again, is not information but just an intuition. But I believe that the issue with the prosecutor's office is going to be a real scandal in the context of the investigation into the Plus Ultra case, which is being handled by the National Court Judge José Luis Calamá. That's it for this edition of Medidas Cautelares with Miguel Ángel Pérez. I find all these images you've seen very symbolic because it's incredible. All the jewels, the precious stones that have been seized from the former Prime Minister, José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero. A real haul, a real treasure. We don't know where it could have come from. Tremendous. Let's allow the police, the economic crimes unit, the judges, and the honest prosecutors, who are the majority in Spain, to do their work. Whether Pedro Sánchez likes it or not. You already know you can join Medidas Cautelares with Miguel Ángel Pérez as a chosen member for under €3 a month or as a supreme member for under €7 a month. You can also make a contribution via Bitchum at 627-556-370, 627-556-27556-370. 627-556-370. The most important thing, as I always tell you, is that this information reaches everyone because information is power. See you soon.